Welcome to Gameplays. Let's Plays. Arcade Gaming. DIY projects. Snowy Game. Hey, how's it going? ZmanTheTech here. Thank you for tuning in to Snowy Games. As always, I appreciate you very much. And as you can see, this is a special video for me because this is actually a game that I've currently been working on for kind of a side project, like a small little arcade space shooter that I've been working on since earlier last, well, 2 years ago now. It's 2020 now. Actually it was based off of a tutorial shooter with a file name of Blaster Faster, if I'm not mistaken, from a Udemy course by Heartbeast. So I just want to get that clear and out of the way. I can't take full credit for this. This is actually based off of a tutorial, a very good one. Heartbeast is an amazing instructor. Yeah, I wanted to really build upon this because I thought it was pretty decent. And, you know, I got a lot of ideas as, you know, I was going through the tutorial. In a lot of ways I can kind of, you know, make it my own, which approval has already been given, of course, during the tutorial. So, yeah, all that set aside, everything else outside of the scope of what was done in the tutorial was all myself via JavaScript and of course the built-in language GML. This is made in Game Maker Studio. So that being said, and without much further ado, I want to go ahead and showcase what I've been working on. So let's see here, and I'm actually using a new controller here. I'll probably be doing a review on it. It is the SteelSeries Stratus XL. Yeah, just throwing it out there. Let's go ahead and jump in and give it a shot. So yeah, basically, as you can see, this is a arcade shooter. Tried to make it with its own kind of uniqueness and merit in comparison to the, you know, the juggernaut and most popular shmup franchise, which is Galaga. So yeah, and based on the tutorial, it actually already was in kind of a what they call tape mode format, which is great, because that's what I was actually going for. All that it requires you to do, can't talk today, is basically change the orientation of your desktop if you want to play it in tape mode, and it works perfectly. It works amazingly, actually. So that's pretty cool. And I actually basically set it. Well, I have it on my my latest DIY project, which I haven't done any videos on yet. I've only posted pictures on my social media. But it's a virtual pinball machine / arcade machine. So if you haven't seen that, definitely check out my Instagram. It's a little bit ways down on the page there, but you can find it. I have some video footage of some virtual pinball games running. I use Pinball Effects 2. I'm using an older PC, and that one is less taxing. That version is less taxing on the PC. So, yeah, and of course I'm running this on there, and because it's I'm using a screen set up in a vertical sense. So, man, I'm like playing terrible now that I'm trying to talk. I'm basically using the screen vertically for the sake of virtual pinball and old school arcade games. So Pac-Man, and Galaga, once I get it working, and all those other games that pretty much run in that aspect ratio look perfect on there. So, but yeah, the game looks and runs beautifully on there, even for even for an older Windows 7 PC. Alright, so we're gonna hop back in. And what I actually did there on accident was kill an astronaut. And I haven't really coded a penalty for it. I probably should, but you will miss out on 50 points as opposed to the 5 points you would normally get from killing enemies and asteroids. So it's pretty beneficial to risk it trying to rescue him. But until I do so, there isn't really a penalty for it. So I think the game is difficult enough as it is. So I don't think I'm gonna take away a armor point from from the protagonist here, because there's already so many ways to lose armor points. But that's one thing too. I have to work on the ratio of power-ups and health drops. That was one thing that was pointed out in a mini review of what I have thus far. So, okay, but yeah, all the sprite work was kind of based off of the original concept. I kind of just built upon that as well as the coding. So it's similar manner. More effects, colors have been changed. I've added more layers to the I've added more layers to the foregrounds. Give it more of a spacey look. Oh, there is an astronaut. Oh, so it's a bit of a risk, but I got 50 points for it. So, and that's what this game is really solely based on. You know, just classic arcade shoot 'em. Get the highest score, and I missed a power up because it was dangerous over there. Yeah, just a classic. Get the highest score and survive, basically. Survive long enough to do it. Yeah, as you can see, yeah, like I said, the ratio of the power-ups and everything is a little sparse the further you get, and I'm not sure if it has something to do with the room speed changing, because that is a factor. Oh, yikes. That is a factor for some of the enemies that you kill or get hit by, or whatever the case are. Actually, yeah, the more stuff you let fly past you, I believe it is coded in such a way to where the room speed actually increases, as far as like the spawn rate of things. So needs a little work. Okay, and all these tracks that you're hearing right now are tracks that I composed. There's only 3 right now, but I plan on implementing kind of a full track list. Still working on music, basically, because like I said, this is a simultaneous project for me, kind of a side thing while I'm working on the more major project with Extend Mode, the company that I recently became a part of during the 8 Dragons launch. Well, mostly before that. So definitely look out for that too. It is actually officially released, and it's constantly being updated. We're feverishly working on it. Our programmer and our team as a whole, we're all still, brainstorming and coming up with ways to make it that much more fun. To heighten the experience for you guys. So, yes, I'm very much, even though I'm, you know, Snowly Games, Snowly Productions, I'm also extend mode as a composer slash game designer and artist. So yeah, definitely be on, you know, check out the 8 Dragons. I have videos of some of the coverage, both pre-alpha and early access, and of course final release. I'm still working on putting videos out for that, so definitely check links in the description if you haven't heard of 8 Dragons by now or are curious to know. Check it out. Yeah, I'll have links in the description. So yeah, those once you pass the 1,000-point threshold, you get these really huge, tough enemies there with the pink purplish laser that's kind of rounded. So you really want to watch out for those. They take 3 armor per hit. So, and those yellow blasts take 2. So at this point, you really can't afford to get hit by any of those. And this is just based off of the blue alien ships and the yellow ones. They're built similar, but they have different stats. So as you can see, the blue ones travel forward further, and but they kind of shimmy side to side, versus the yellow ones that ooh, I think I surpassed my score. I didn't even realize it. Yeah, versus the yellow ones that will juke you. Like they'll really avoid those lasers and shoot from side to side a little quicker. Oh, okay, nice, 1600 even. Ugh. Yeah, and as you can see, I started getting to a newer set of enemies. They all have different traits, so oof. Yeah, there's just legions and legions waiting for you. So yeah, I have a list that I'm kind of building as far as changes that I need to make. So, but yeah, these thresholds and things like that are based off of a point threshold as far as the waves. So I'm gonna have basically kind of an indicator. That way the player knows that it is wave based, you know. So, you know, every 200 points. I think the first set is based off the first 100 points you get, and then from there every 200. That may be subject to change, but for right now, that's kind of worked in the way that I would like. So, but yeah, every threshold of new enemies coming through, I have an audio recording that I'll record, you know, like wave 1, wave 2, and then if I can have I'm gonna basically try and display it on the screen and then make it fade away. I'm still relatively new to how this engine works, even though I've been working with it for quite some time. Game Maker, you know, don't let it fool you. There's a lot of information to soak in, and it's all a matter of just going to go look for it. You know, they have a pretty nice, what do you call it? Little wiki guide, I guess you can say. That it's basically built into the system, and it has links that basically takes you to those pages. Man, these blue ones are no joke. Oh gosh. I hadn't realized that I got past the 1,000-point threshold. So Feels like my nostril is itching. I apologize. I'm like, what the heck? Right. So I'll let this be the last one. I think you pretty much get the gist of what I was going for with this. But yeah, it's like I said, it's a side project, little passion project. Galaga and Space Invaders are pretty much some of my favorite shmups of all time. So yeah, naturally I wanted to try my hand at making a spaceship shooter, kind of in that manner. So, oop, I killed him. It's definitely one of those button mashers where the faster you're able to shoot is going to determine whether you have the upper hand in certain situations. This way is definitely most tiring, but yeah, I think it also helps on kind of more of a skill aspect. So what I will implement, just for the sake of people's fingers not wearing off, I will implement kind of a rapid fire when you hold the button, oh, careful. I will implement that. It'll be a specific fire rate, so it won't really be like like you don't have to really do anything at all but hold a button. It'll be like kind of like a certain seconds in between to where you're only firing maybe 3 or 4 shots at a time, before it kind of resets itself while you're holding it. So yeah, I'll probably have to use like an alarm, like a timed alarm event or something like that, to make that work right. But yeah, oh gosh, yeah, they were not having it. Okay, all right, so yeah, just wanted to share it with you. If you follow me on social media like Instagram and Twitter and all that, you probably would have already seen it. Or if you've seen my good friend Pride X Fusion, if you've seen his short review on the game, you might have already seen it that way too, but mostly probably social media, Twitter for sure, because I've already shouted out Heart Beast and Udemy and all that stuff, for helping me get this far. I wouldn't have got this far without that original tutorial. So yeah, much appreciation and much love and respect. So yeah, Space Shooter Z, this is what I have so far. Yeah, I'll have links in the description to the itch.io page if you want to check it out. As I said, it supports gamepad. It's basically programmed for Xbox 360 / Xbox One pads, or you can use keyboard mouse, which is using the S and D keys for left and right, or the arrow keys, or space to shoot, and or J to shoot as well. On the pad, it's D-pad or joystick, and X and A are the shoot buttons. So yeah, I meant to go over that earlier, but I forgot. So yeah, I'm really happy with the project so far, and I'm looking forward to making it that much better. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you like what you saw, definitely like, comment, subscribe. Remember to keep it locked to Snowly Games for all of your indie game, third-party game, tech review coverage, and sometimes Nintendo and retro games thrown in the mix. Have a good day.